other folks in Hastings, does Mr. Felder have a reputation for violence or non-violence?
Actually, Mr. Felder has a reputation for violence.
And that's when you talking to other folks in the Hastings community, is that right?
Yes, sir.
And a specific incident that you did, Mr.
Objection. Let me ask the question first. I don't know what the question is. If is it something that he knows or something he's just heard of?
Something that, if you know, Sid,
I looked at the scene, he was sitting like on the middle picnic table in the like middle area.
and after you got out of your car, did you walk up to where Mr. Felder was?
About halfway, yes, I did.
What did Mr. Felder do whenever he saw you?
Well, he jumped up when I asked him the question. He jumped up and ran.
What was the question that you asked him?
I asked him, I'm like, what happened with you and my mama?
And what did he say to you?
Before I could even get it out, he was already ready to fight. He was like, oh, you came around here about your drunken ass mama? You want your ass beat too? And that's when he ran and got another folding chair.
Where did he go?
He ran behind the picnic table by a tree and got the chair.
Now, that's the metal chair that's been introduced as State's Exhibit 11, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Did you, Mr. Felder, approach you, or did you approach Mr. Felder?
Well, when I walked up into the yard about halfway, I asked him to stop. And that's when he ran and told me about what he would do and ran and got the chair. So I stopped by halfway. I couldn't really get a chance to approach him because he ran and got the weapon before we could even have a conversation.
Did Mr. Felder take that chair and swing it at you?
Yes, he did.
When he swung it at you, did it hit you?
Yes, sir.
Which side of your head did it hit?
Hit me on the left side of my head, right here somewhere.
Did you turn your head whenever he swung the chair at you?
Yes, I kind of did like this.
What, after he swung the chair at you and hit the left side of your head, what did Mr. Felder do then?
Well, he was attempting to hit me again, but that's when I put out the firearm. Only to warn Mr. Felder, look, I didn't come around for this, don't hit me again. When you attempt the second time to swing, and that's when I put my hand into my face, about to hit to my head, the chair hit my arm, and that's when the accidental discharge went off.
Firearm went off?
Yes, sir.
When Mr. Felder was trying to hit you a second time with this metal chair?
Yes, sir.
Now, the first time that he swung at you, the blow was directed at your head and grazed your head, is that right?
That's correct.
The second time that he was swinging at you, where was the blow aimed at?
It was aimed at my head, but that's when I put my arm up to my face and he hit my arm.
You withdrew the firearm whenever you put your arm up, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And that's in your right hand, is that correct?
That's correct.
Was there any injury on the left side of your head?
Yes, sir.
Describe for the jury what type of injury it was.
It was like a gash on the left side of my head. It was kind of a gash open. It was bleeding still when I turned myself into law enforcement officers.
Was it underneath your hair?
Yes, it was. At the time, I had a good growth of hair, so you would have to kind of part it to see it, but it was a good deep gash.
After the gun went off, did you say anything?
No, I did not. I was actually in the shock. I just stood there for a quick second. Oh man. I didn't say anything.
Where did you go?
I went straight to my auntie's house, which is Terrell, Callaway.
Where does Miss Terry Galloway live?
She lived on Avery Street in St. Augustine, Florida.
And when you got to your aunt's house, did she see the cut on the left side of your head?
Yes, she did. Ice cream parlor on State Road 16, and we met with the police, and I turned myself in for questioning, and I was later arrested.
And you were arrested, is that right?
That's correct.
Well, where's that firearm?
Actually, after the accident discharge, I just threw it in my car on the floorboard, and I drove back to my auntie's house, and we took her car and turned myself in, so I don't know where the firearm at.
You know who picked up your car from your aunt's house the next day?
No, I don't.
When you turned yourself in, did you talk to Detective Jessica Hines, the lead detective in this case?
Yes, sir.
Did you point out to her that you had an injury on the left side of your head?
Yes, I did numerous of times.
And she called it a scratch and said it looked like it been freshly bleeding. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you also lie to Ms. Hines about who had the firearm?
Yes, I did.
Was this your first time being interviewed by the police?
Yes, sir.
Why did you lie?
Well, I was pretty much just scared to say that I had a firearm. I really didn't know the law. I was scared.
Mr. Felder, they tried to brain you with that chair. Hit you in the head with that chair. Why didn't you just tell the truth to Ms. Hines there?
I was scared, sir. I was scared to say that I had a firearm.
You also told Ms. Hines that y'all were rolling around and tussling on the ground, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
And that the firearm went off while y'all were rolling around tussling on the ground whenever Mr. Felder was on top of you. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
That was a lie also, wasn't
Yes, it was.
it? You were standing on your feet whenever you tried to hit you in the head with a chair. Isn't that correct?
Yes, sir.
Y'all never went down to the ground tussling. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Why did you lie about that?
Sir, I was scared. I just said anything. I was scared. I didn't know what others would say besides telling what I thought I should say. So I said that Mr. Felder had a firearm and we was tussling. There was a tussle. In all actuality, there really wasn't. I was attacked on Mr. Felder with a 40 trigger, not with a firearm.
And you led the detective to believe that you got hit in the head with a firearm instead of a chair. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And again, is that because you were scared?
I was very scared, yes.
You also told the detective that you picked up Mr. Grant while he was in Hastings. You remember telling the detective that?
I think I do, yes, sir.
And Mr. Grant was with you the entire time.
Yes, he was.
That was a small lie, but it was a lie nonetheless, right?
Yes.
Were you trying to